Cameras have to be cleared. We are being rude to the kids, Anna. I'm sorry. ఏమనుకోద్దండి దయచేసి. మీరు లెఫ్ట్ రైట్ మోస్ట్కి రండి. ఆహ్వానితులు ఉన్నారు, వాళ్ళని దయచేసి గౌరవంగా మనం చూసుకోవాలి. థ్యాంక్ యూ వెరీ మచ్. జై హింద్.
A very good morning to everybody. Andariki namaskaram andi. I think I've never been so stressed, even in my match, I guess. But yeah, I think respected Honorable Minister Shri Nara Lokesh Garu and Honorable Sports Minister Ram Prasad Garu, our Visakhapatnam Member of Parliament Bharatana, who I dearly wish could be with us, but unfortunately he had other commitments, and Palla Srinivas Garu, Velgapudi Ramakrishna Garu, Ravi Naidu Garu, and Barni ma'am, and of course Swati ma'am. A very good morning to everyone and all the respected MLAs, my SAP colleagues, distinguished guests, my family and friends, and everyone who has joined us today. Thank you so much for being here. Well, before I begin, I want to say a few words about Lokesh Anna, my beloved leader and someone whose support has meant so much to me. Anna, I say this with utmost humility. I do not know anyone who responds to a WhatsApp message as faster than you do. When we were planning this event, I was traveling back from Malaysia. I kept thinking about who I wanted to formally launch this dream, and my heart was there. I had only one answer, of course, Lokesh Anna. When we met in Vijayawada, I told you about everything and we were trying to build, and you said, Tali, you do whatever you want, memandram nee venakalu unnamu, neeku em kavalanna e support kavalanna mem istamu ani. You gave me that support. Anna, those words stayed with me. Well, thank you so much for standing with us today. Your presence means more than I can say, and I'm sure that together we will make this dream and Andhra Pradesh proud. Some of you may be looking behind me wondering the basement is complete, the foundations are in place, and columns have already risen, so why are we laying a foundation stone today? When we began, circumstances around this site prevented the formal ceremony we had planned. The work could not wait, so we quietly began essential construction. Then a conversation enlarged our dream and made us pause, rethink, and return to the drawing board. We did not pause because we had faith. We had lost faith. We paused because our responsibility had become larger. Today, we formally lay the stone after the physical foundations are in place, because the true foundation of an institute is clarity of purpose. Today, we launch that larger vision and make public commitment to build the PV Sindhu Center for Sports Excellence. We are not merely laying a stone, we are laying the foundation for thousands of dreams. Before I say anything more, there is one person I absolutely have to thank. The world knows him as Anil Chalmashetty. I know him as my dearest Gopi Anna. I miss him today. But I'm so glad that Swati Akka could join us. Thank you, Akka. Akka, they say the greatest institution builders have the strongest foundation at home. So I'm very happy that the real hero of Chalmashetty household is here. Anna promised to be here, but true to form, he caught a flight out last night. Swati Akka, please tell him that I've now complained about him because he keeps traveling very last minutes all the time. But on a serious note, I sometimes forget that he has built one of the finest renewable energy companies in the country. Whenever anything happened, my first thought was, let's call Anna. Sometimes it was not even a crisis. Truth be told, I simply felt calmer after speaking to him, actually. Thank you, Gopi Anna, from the bottom of my heart, even though you're not here. I hope, one day you will come here, for standing by me as I've tried to build this institution. Now let me return to how this dream began. For more than 2 decades, badminton has taken a little girl with a racket from Hyderabad around the world onto the greatest stages and taught her lessons no textbook could. I trained at high performance centers where coaching, science, recovery, nutrition, and education work together. In every one I asked, why can't we build this back home? Then I visited the Inspire Institute of Sport in Bellary, built by my dear friend Parth Jindal, and I was blown away not only by the buildings, but by the belief behind them. Parth showed me what a world-class Indian sporting institution could become. I returned deeply inspired and slightly worried by how much bigger our own dream had suddenly become. That visit made the dream feel possible. India does not lack talent or ambition. What children sometimes lack is the right environment, a place that says, you belong here. Dream bigger, work harder, become the best in the world. Olympic medals inspire a generation. Institutions build generations. A medal may inspire one child. The right institution can help thousands discover what they're capable of. Our first plan was centered largely around the sport I knew best, badminton. Construction began and we believed we were making good progress. Around that time, I had the opportunity to meet our beloved Chief Minister, Sri N. Chandrababu Naidu Garu. That meeting began in a very, very funny way. Around 1:30, one fine afternoon, his PA called me and said the meeting was confirmed. Please come. So I in between family wedding, I actually was in a family sari attire, and I had no time to change, and of course I arrived at Chief Minister Sir's office in a full wedding attire, dressed to the T. The looks I received made it clear that everyone was wondering whether I had to come to present a project or invite Sir to a wedding. I expected to explain the project and to receive CM Garu's blessings, take a photograph and leave. Instead, the meeting became a Viva exam. He asked why we planned in this way, whether it could be better and how it would serve generations 100 years from now. I went in for blessings and came out with homework. More importantly, CM Garu gave me a perspective. He made me understand that when a state places its faith in you, the responsibility is to build for generation, not simply for today, he told me. And he told me, Sindhu, if you are building something, build it thinking about the next 100 years. And I was stunned by what he said, and of course there was a lot of homework to do. Driving back home, Datta and I, my husband, of course, Datta, I asked ourselves, were we dreaming big enough, or were we constructing a facility or building a legacy? So we stopped rushing. We reopened the master plan, challenged every assumption, brought in experts and asked what Visakhapatnam would need, not only in 2028, but decades later. Our one sport became 7 core sports, with 2 additional disciplines that children can try. In all, they will be able to experience close to 9 sporting disciplines before choosing their direction. The new vision includes an indoor 25-meter shooting range where children can train in the 25-meter discipline. We believe it'll be the first facility of its kind in Andhra Pradesh, right here in Visakhapatnam. CM Garu asked us to build with greater purpose. For that challenge, belief, and support, I'm deeply grateful. Our first responsibility was to learn. We studied Aspetar in Doha, leading facilities across Europe, Asia, and the Inspire Institute of Sport. We looked beyond beautiful buildings to coaching, injury prevention, recovery, nutrition, education, and culture. By the end of those visits, our holiday albums had fewer tourist photos and far more pictures of recovery rooms, flooring, and air conditioning vents. I get so few holidays, and now even those holidays come with site visits. We go to Italy and Datta says, Sindhu, while we are here, let us see one facility in Milan. We go to Australia and suddenly the MCG becomes research. At this rate, I might need a holiday from a holiday. When we came back, we added a level of vision, perspective, that in my opinion changed the entire scope of this project. The 25-meter swimming pool coming up here is built by Mirta Pools from Italy, the same company responsible for pools at Olympic competition venues, including Paris 2024. That is the standard we want to bring to Visakhapatnam. In the badminton hall, we have designed a specialized air circulation system to recreate controlled drift, small movements of air, and air can make a shuttle travel faster from one end, hold back from the other, or change flight at the last moment. Training in those conditions will help athletes adapt before they face drift in the finest halls worldwide. These details may sound small, but at the highest level, the difference between winning and losing is often hidden in the details that most people never notice. The larger vision also increased the budget. I told everyone to think bigger. I did not realize that every bigger added another zero to the estimate. I say this seriously and with great humility. I'm committing most of what I've earned in my life to bring this project to life. As an institute of this scale cannot be built by one athlete or one family. So every business leader and organization here, please do not suddenly look into your phones. This is part where I ask help. Whatever CSR support you can give, small or large, will help build a sporting culture across multiple sports. It can give a child a coach, a safe place to train, recovery, education, and confidence to believe that an extraordinary life is possible. That is why I hope you will help us make this shared institution not simply Sindhu's project. If CM Garu made us think about the next 100 years, my husband made us think about the project every day. Datta always wanted to build something inspired by Zaha Hadid. I was a badminton player with no idea how that sentence would enter my life. My dear friend Rishi introduced us to Sujit, Rishi's wife Nandu here, and his in-laws, and Rishi's in-laws. Uncle and auntie are here today. Thank you so much for the introduction. Sujit understood both the drawings and the ambition, and his experience with Zaha Hadid architects immediately and convinced Datta. I mean, poor Sujit, I'm sorry. Also discovered that one last revision is not a promise in our family. It's a recurring event. Our dinner conversations became about HVAC, MEP, structural grids, and a lot more. When Datta became excited about sleeves inside columns, I wondered why were we even talking and discussing about shirt sleeves on a construction site. Sujit, seriously, I mean, you gave a form to the vision while Zaki sir made it stand. Our MEP consultants connected every system, and I think, which is so imagine the high performance ecosystem. Karthik and the Pavilion Infra are bringing it all to life. Thanks, Karthik. And I think, Datta, you carried this dream while I trained and competed. You protected the vision, stayed with every detail, and pushed all of us to think bigger. Thank you. I don't know where he is, but thank you. To the engineers, consultants, contractors, and workers whose names will never be announced, but whose hands will live in every corner of this campus. Thank you. Thank you so much. My parents kept thinking, when is the work restarting? Datta first said January, then May, and now it's August already. Olympic pressure is nothing compared with giving your parents a construction update, isn't it? So I'm saying this today, in May 2028, I will inaugurate this facility. Karthik and the whole team, I hope you heard it. I hope you heard the month and the year very, very clearly. May 2028. To my parents, my coaches, my in-laws, I think coaches, discipline, sacrifice, and resilience begin with you. You believed before the world knew my name. Thank you. Thank you so much. People often ask me, why Visakhapatnam? The honest answer is that in many ways, Visakhapatnam chose us. There is something special about this place, a city held between the hills and the sea, with strength in its landscape, warmth in its people, and ambition in its children. Every time I stand on this ground, I do not see only columns and concrete. I see school bags besides kid bags. I see early mornings, tired smiles, brave recoveries, and young athletes learning to believe in themselves. This land is not simply the location of our center. It is where my gratitude to Andhra Pradesh is taking physical form. I want every child who enters this campus to feel that world-class opportunity has come home, and that they do not have to leave their roots behind in order to reach the world. And Visakhapatnam itself will be part of their training. The heat can build resilience when training is managed well. The beach offers sand, which is wonderful until a coach says, now run sprints. Then it becomes slightly less wonderful. I want athletes not only to compete in Visakhapatnam, but to live here, train here, learn here, and grow here. I want the city to become one of India's great centers of sporting excellence. And I want children from Visakhapatnam, from across Andhra Pradesh and from across India to know that this place was built with dreams in mind. This is why PV Sindhu Center for Sports Excellence is an integrated ecosystem, not a home for only one sport. There is a deeper reason this multi-sport vision matters. In India, very early specialization is often oversold. I started badminton at 8 because that was what we knew and what was available. Luckily, it worked out reasonably well. In Norway, I encountered a different approach. Many children played 7 or 8 sports before narrowing their focus later. It taught me that before asking child to specialize, we should allow them to discover. Here, children can explore 7 core sports and close to 9 sporting experiences. They can play, try, fail, return, and around 10 or 10 and a half, begin choosing a clearer direction with guidance from coaches and families. This is not about keeping children unfocused. It is about building athletes before asking them to become specialists. A badminton player who swims and does gymnastics is not wasting badminton time. Swimming develops endurance and breathing control. Gymnastics builds balance, mobility, core strength, and body control. Different age groups and movements help muscles develop more evenly, allows tendons and ligaments to adapt to different loads. improves coordination, and reduces repetitive stress. It builds the athlete before specializing the athlete. I'm very happy to inspire athletes across all these sports, and I'm also promising, I'm not promising to personally try all 9, of course. I know my limits. Kids can choose what they want and accordingly try out different sports. And I think education is not an addition to this vision. It is central to it. Sport gave me a career. Education gave me perspective. My parents taught me that medals may shape a career, but education shapes a person. This integrated facility will unite learning and high-performance training, developing not only speed and skill, but judgment, respect, and character. Our purpose is not only to produce champions, but good human beings begins. Whatever path they eventually choose, we will be proud. Opportunity should be determined by a child's talent, commitment, and courage, not by where the child comes from. Lokeshanna, I make one promise: when we meet again in May 2028, it will be to open one of the India's finest integrated sports and education campuses. That is my promise to you, the government, Visakhapatnam, and every child who will walk through these gates. But Anna, I want one promise from you. When it's ready, come back not only as a chief guest, but to spend half a day with children who will hopefully call this place home. Walk through the learning spaces, visit the recovery center, watch the children train, speak to them, and most importantly, listen to their dreams. Because this center does not belong to me. It belongs to Visakhapatnam, it belongs to Andhra Pradesh, it belongs to India, and to every young person who will arrive carrying nothing but their dream. Today is not simply the beginning of a project. It is the beginning of a movement. People say, we hope this center creates another Sindhu. But the future does not need another Sindhu. It needs every child discover the person only they can become. Some will become champions, and some may never stand on the podium. That is perfectly okay. Medals are only one measure of success. Character, discipline, resilience, kindness, integrity, and the courage to dreams are victories too. If a child walks through these gates with a racket or running spikes, I hope they know immediately that this campus was built for them. I hope they look around and quietly tell themselves, if this dream could be built here, perhaps my dream can come true too. India gave me the opportunity to win 2 Olympic medals, and those medals changed my life. And this institution is how I carry that opportunity forward. My medals will always be my greatest honor. I hope this center becomes my greatest contribution, because Olympic medals inspire a generation, institutions build generations. And finally, thank you so much. I think you've come from so far, and my dear friends, and Shamunya uncle, thank you. You've been very, very supportive since I was young. Since I started winning, you've been very, very supportive. And my dear guests and everyone out here, thank you so much once again coming here and supporting me and supporting this institute. Thank you, Visakhapatnam. Thank you, Andhra Pradesh. Let us build something together that our children and one day their children will be proud of. Thank you. Jai Hind.
Yeah, can we all rise to our feet and give it up for PV Sindhu and the PV Sindhu Center for Sports Excellence. In the days to come, to be the finest sports center in the country, probably be in the world. Kindly be seated. Thank you so much. So Sindhu, from talking about rallies to now you're talking about railings. From talking about points, now you're talking about pillars. You've indeed come a long way. So this morning is the sunrise of a new day in sport in India, in the sunrise state of Andhra Pradesh. And before I move on to the next speaker, if you are getting instant WhatsApp replies from Lokesh Garu, that's just real-time governance in action. So for those of you who do not know, Lokesh Garu is, of course, the Minister for Real-Time Governance as well. The next speaker for us will be Srimati Swati Chalamalasetti Garu. She is the Director of the Greenco Group. Swati ma'am.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Honorable Sri Lokesh Garu, our champion PV Sindhu, distinguished guests present here. It's great pleasure to be here today for the Bhumi Puja and foundation of PV Sindhu Academy in Visakhapatnam. This is a very special occasion because today we are not just laying the foundation for a building. We are laying the foundation for the dreams of many young athletes. A dream that will inspire young people to aim higher, work harder, and believe in themselves through the power of sports. PV Sindhu is much more than world champion, and she's pride of our country. She's an inspiration to millions, showing us what dedication, discipline, and perseverance can achieve. I'm sure this academy will help nurture many talented young athletes by giving them the right guidance, facilities, and encouragement to reach their full potential. And it is wonderful to have Sri Nara Lokesh Garu with us today. His support for initiatives like this reflects a strong commitment to encouraging sports and empowering the youth of Andhra Pradesh. May this institution become a place where future champions are shaped and where many dreams take flight. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Swati ma'am. Can I request Shri Velagapudi Ramakrishna Babu Garu, Member, Legislative Assembly, Visakhapatnam East Constituency, to kindly greet the audience.
లేదు బాబు నేను తెలుగే బాబు. అందరికీ నమస్కారం. ఈరోజు పివి సింధు గారి స్పోర్ట్స్ అకాడమీ శంకుస్థాపనకు ఇచ్చేసిన విద్యాశాఖ మరియు ఐటీ శాఖ మంత్రులు, తెలుగుదేశం పార్టీ వర్కింగ్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ అయినటువంటి నారా లోకేష్ గారికి, పివి సింధు గారికి, రాష్ట్ర తెలుగుదేశం పార్టీ అధ్యక్షులు పల్లా శ్రీనివాసరావు గారికి, స్పోర్ట్స్ మంత్రివర్యులు రాంప్రసాద్ రెడ్డి గారికి, రవినాయుడు గారికి, అలాగే స్పోర్ట్స్ ఎండి మేడం గారికి, ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసిన అందరికీ కూడా నా హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదాలు. ఈరోజు ఈ పివి సింధు అకాడమీ విశాఖ నగరానికే కాకుండా మా విశాఖ తూర్పు నియోజకవర్గంలో ఎక్కువ శాతం పేద ప్రజలు నివసించి అరిలోవ ప్రాంతంలో, ఈ తోటగారు ప్రాంతంలో అకాడమీ నిర్మిస్తున్నందుకు మనందరి తూర్పు నియోజకవర్గ ప్రజలందరి తరఫున పివి సింధు గారికి మరియు లోకేష్ గారికి నా హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాను. అలాగే ఈ అకాడమీ పక్కనే ఉన్నటువంటి తోటగారు హై స్కూల్కి ఈ సంవత్సరం నారా లోకేష్ గారు +1 అంటే జూనియర్ కాలేజ్ కూడా ఇచ్చినందుకు నియోజకవర్గ ప్రజలందరి తరఫున లోకేష్ గారికి హృదయపూర్వక ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాను. పివి సింధు గారు 2016లో రియో ఒలింపిక్స్లో రజత పథకం గెలిచిన తొలి భారతీయ మహిళా బ్యాడ్మింటన్ క్రీడాకారిణి ఆవిడ. అలాగే 2020లో టోక్యో ఒలింపిక్స్లో కాంస్య పథకం 2 సార్లు ఒలింపిక్ పథకాలు గెలిచిన తొలి భారతీయురాలు. అలాగే 2019లో ప్రపంచ బ్యాడ్మింటన్ ఛాంపియన్షిప్ గెలిచిన ఏకైక భారతీయురాలు పివి సింధు గారు. ప్రస్తుతం పివి సింధు గారు ప్రపంచ ర్యాంకింగ్లో 2వ స్థానంలో ఉన్నారు. అది మన విశాఖ నగరానికి ఆవిడ రావటం మనకి ఎంతో గర్వకారణం. ఆవిడికి అవార్డులు అయితే పొద్దునుంచి సాయంకాలం దాకా చెప్పొచ్చు అన్ని అవార్డులు వచ్చినాయి. అంతేకాకుండా వారి తల్లిదండ్రులు ఇద్దరు కూడా నేషనల్ వాలీబాల్ ప్లేయర్సు. వారి ఫాదర్కి అయితే రమణరావు గారికి మన వెస్ట్ శాసనసభ్యులు గణబాబు గారితో పాటు వీళ్ళు కూడా అందరూ నేషనల్ ఆడారు. ఈయన కూడా పద్మశ్రీ అవార్డు గ్రహీత. అంతేకాకుండా మన తూర్పు నియోజకవర్గంలో లోకేష్ గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో ఇవాళ గూగుల్ డేటా సెంటరు 160 ఎకరాల్లో అడ్మినిస్ట్రేటివ్ ఆఫీసు నిర్మాణం చేపడటం జరిగింది. అంతేకాకుండా 52 ఎకరాల్లో ఈ ప్రాంతంలో రైల్వే జోన్ నిర్మాణం జరుగుతుంది. ఇప్పటి వరకు కూడా ఈ ప్రాంతంలో ఇంత బ్రహ్మాండమైన కంపెనీలు కానీ రైల్వే జోన్ లాంటి ఆఫీసులు రావటం మన చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారి నాయకత్వంలో సాధ్యమైందని చెప్పి మీ అందరికీ తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాను. అంతేకాకుండా మన ఎంపీ గారు శ్రీభారత్ గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో, మన పల్లా శ్రీనివాస్ గారి ఆధ్వర్యంలో సుమారు 50 కోట్ల రూపాయలు పెట్టి వర్కింగ్ ఉమెన్స్ హాస్టల్ కూడా ఏర్పాటు చేయడం జరిగింది. నిర్మాణంలో ఉంది, 2 ఫ్లోర్లు కూడా అయినాయి. రాష్ట్రంలో 5 వర్కింగ్ ఉమెన్స్ హాస్టల్ వస్తే 3 విశాఖపట్నం, 1 ఈస్టు, 1 భీమిలి, 1 గాజువాక, మిగతా 2 నెల్లూరు, తిరుపతి. అంతేకాకుండా 2014-19లో హెల్త్ సిటీ పక్కన ఈ ప్రాంతంలో క్రీడాకారులు ఎక్కువ ఉండటం వలన చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు 3 ఎకరాలు అలాట్ చేశారు. త్వరలో ఖేలో ఇండియా 14 కోట్లు ఫండ్స్ తీసుకురావడానికి ఎంపీ భరత్ గారు ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్నారు. అది రాగానే లోకేష్ గారు, పివి సింధు గారు వచ్చి శంకుస్థాపన చేయాలని నేను మనస్ఫూర్తిగా కోరుకుంటున్నాను. ఇంతటి మంచి పివి సింధు గారికి నా రిక్వెస్ట్ ఏంటంటే, ఈ ప్రాంతంలో అనేక క్రీడల పట్ల అనేక మంది క్రీడాకారులు పేదవారు, మధ్యతరగతి వారు ఉన్నారు. మీ స్ఫూర్తిగా మీ స్థాయికి వారందరినీ తీసుకురావాలని కోరుకుంటూ సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నాను. నమస్కారం.
My sincere thanks to Shri Velakapudi Ramakrishna Babu Garu. May I now request Shri Palla Srinivas Rao Garu, Member Legislative Assembly of the Gajuwaka constituency, also the State President of TDP, to address the audience.
అందరికీ నమస్కారం. మరి ఈరోజు పివి సింధు అకాడమీ పునఃప్రారంభోత్సవం సందర్భంగా ముఖ్య అతిథిగా విచ్చేసినటువంటి తెలుగుదేశం పార్టీ వర్కింగ్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారైనటువంటి మా యువ నాయకులు లోకేష్ గారికి, అలాగే మన దేశమే గర్వించినటువంటి ఛాంపియన్ తెలుగు బిడ్డ అయినటువంటి మరి పివి సింధు గారికి ఇక్కడ ఈ అకాడమీ స్టార్ట్ చేయాలని ఒక మంచి ఉద్దేశంతో వచ్చినందుకు వారికి ఈ సందర్భంగా నేను ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. అలాగే వేదిక మీద ఉన్నటువంటి మంత్రి గారికి, సాబ్ చైర్మన్ గారికి, స్థానిక శాసనసభ్యులు గారికి, అలాగే స్వాతి గారికి, శాప్ ఎండి గారికి, ఇక్కడికి విచ్చేసినటువంటి అందరికీ కూడా చాలామంది ఛాంపియన్స్ వచ్చారు, పెద్దలు వచ్చారు, వాళ్ళందరికీ కూడా పేరు పేరున నా నమస్కారాలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాను. ఈరోజు మేము మా వర్కింగ్ ప్రెసిడెంట్ గారైనటువంటి లోకేష్ గారు మళ్ళీ వచ్చి ఇక్కడ ప్రారంభోత్సవం చేస్తున్నారంటే ఈ ప్రభుత్వానికి స్పోర్ట్స్ స్టార్ పట్ల స్పోర్ట్స్ని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయాలనే ఉద్దేశంతో ఈ కార్యక్రమం మేము చేస్తున్నాం అనడానికి ఎటువంటి సందేహం లేదని చెప్పి ఈ సందర్భంగా తెలియజేస్తున్నాం. అలాగే ఈ గ్రౌండ్ ఇచ్చేటప్పుడు చాలా స్థానికంగా కొంత వ్యతిరేకంగా వచ్చింది. అయితే మా నాయకులతో వాళ్ళతో మాట్లాడి స్థానిక శాసనసభ్యులు తీసుకున్నటువంటి చర్యలు, ఆయన తీసుకున్నటువంటి చొరవ ఇది ఈరోజు నిజం కాబోతుంది. ఎందుకంటే కేవలం విశాఖపట్నంలో మంచి స్పోర్ట్స్ స్టార్లు తయారు చేయాలి, స్పోర్ట్స్ని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయాలి అనే ఉద్దేశంతోనే స్థానిక శాసనసభ్యులు చాలా కృషి చేశారు. ఈ సందర్భంగా నేను ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి వారందరికీ కూడా, శాసనసభ్యులకి, ఇక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రజలకు కూడా నేను ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నా. అలాగే ఛాంపియన్ ఒకసారి అవ్వచ్చు, కానీ కన్సిస్టెన్సీ ఉండాలంటే అది సామాన్యులకు సాధ్యపడదు. ఈరోజు చెప్పాలంటే మనలాంటి ఫ్యామిలీస్, ఎప్పుడంటే మనలాంటి కొన్ని ట్రెడిషన్ ఫ్యామిలీస్ ఆడపిల్లని బయటకు పంపించొద్దన్న ఆలోచన ఉన్నటువంటి నేపథ్యంలో పిల్లలను బయటకు పంపించి మంచి ఛాంపియన్ తయారు చేయాలని ఒక ఉద్దేశం నిజంగా తల్లిదండ్రులు ఇద్దరికి కూడా నేను మనస్ఫూర్తిగా ఈ సభాముఖంగా నేను శుభాభినందనలు చెప్తున్నాను, ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తున్నాను. అలాగే ఒక ఛాంపియన్ తయారు చేయాలంటే కేవలం తల్లిదండ్రులు ఒక సపోర్టే కాదు, అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి ట్రైనర్స్, కోచెస్, వాళ్ళ యొక్క పాత్ర కూడా చాలా కీలకంగా ఉంటుంది. అందుకే మనం ఎవరినైనా ఒక మంచి స్టార్ తయారు చేయాలంటే కేవలం తల్లిదండ్రులు ఒక పాత్రే కాదు, సమాజంలో ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక ప్రతి ఒక్కరు పాత్ర కూడా ఉంటుంది. అది ఉండాలి. ఆ ఇంటిగ్రేషన్ ఉంటే, ఆ ఇంటిగ్రిటీ ఉంటే ఖచ్చితంగా మనం పివి సింధు లాంటి ఛాంపియన్స్ తయారు చేయొచ్చు అని చెప్పి ఈ సందర్భంగా తెలియజేస్తున్నా. ఇకపోతే పివి సింధు గారి కోసం చెప్పాలంటే ఫస్ట్ టైం మన భారతదేశంలోనూ ఒక మహిళకి ఒలింపిక్ మెడల్ బ్యాడ్మింటన్లో వచ్చిందంటే అది పివి సింధు గారి వల్లే సాధ్యపడిందని చెప్పి తెలియజేస్తున్నా. అలాగే 2 సార్లు ఒలింపిక్ ఛాంపియన్ కింద తను ఉన్నారు. నిజంగా ఈ సందర్భంగా వారు ఈ వేదిక మీద మా లోకేష్ గారితో పివి సింధు గారితో వారు ఈ వేదిక మీద ఉంటుండగా మాట్లాడడం చాలా గొప్ప అనుభూతిగా ఈ సందర్భంగా తెలియజేస్తూ, మరి ఈరోజు మా గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి గారు కూడా స్పోర్ట్స్ని ఎంకరేజ్ చేయాలి, ఏ విధంగా సరే మంచి ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్కి మంచి పేరు ఈ క్రీడలో తేవాలని వారు అనునిశ్యం ఆలోచిస్తున్నారు. ఖచ్చితంగా భవిష్యత్తులో మంచి క్రీడా ఇన్ఫ్రాస్ట్రక్చర్ డెవలప్ చేసి మంచి క్రీడాకారులను తయారు చేసే విధంగా మేము ముందుకు వెళ్తామని చెప్పి ఈ సభాముఖంగా మీకు మాట ఇస్తూ, పివి సింధు గారికి ఎటువంటి సహాయ సహకారాలు కావాలన్నా సరే మేము ఎప్పుడూ అందుబాటులో ఉంటాం అని ఈ సందర్భంగా మాటిస్తూ, మరొక మారు మా ప్రాంతం మీద ప్రత్యేకమైనటువంటి శ్రద్ధ చూపుతున్నటువంటి మా యువ నాయకులు, మా జాతీయ కార్యనిర్వహణ అధ్యక్షులు, మా భవిష్యత్ నాయకులు అయినటువంటి లోకేష్ గారికి నేను ప్రత్యేకంగా ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేస్తూ సెలవు తీసుకున్నా. నమస్కారం.
Thank you, Srinivas Rao Garu. May I now request the Minister for Transport, Youth Affairs and Sports in the Government of Andhra Pradesh, Shri Ram Prasad Garu, to kindly address the gathering.
సభకు నమస్కారం. ఈ కార్యక్రమానికి విశిష్ట అతిథి మా యువ నాయకులు, రాష్ట్ర హెచ్ఆర్డి ఐటీ శాఖ మంత్రివర్యులు మా యువ కిరీటం లోకేష్ బాబు గారికి, అలాగే ఈ అకాడమీని ప్రారంభిస్తున్న పివి సింధు గారికి, వేదిక పైన ఉన్న పెద్దలకు, వేదిక ముందున్న ప్రతి ఒక్కరికి ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్ర స్పోర్ట్స్ అకాడమీ తరపున ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నాం. చాలా సంతోషంగా ఉంది. వైజాగ్లో ఈ వారంలోనే 2 పెద్ద సంస్థలకు సంబంధించి కార్యక్రమాలు జరుపుకోవడం చాలా ఆనందాన్ని ఇచ్చింది. ఈ వేదిక పైన మాట్లాడే అవకాశం మీకు ఇచ్చిందని నేను చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాను. 15 years బ్యాక్ ఒక చిన్న పాపగా హైదరాబాద్ ఢిల్లీ ఫ్లైట్లో పివి సింధు గారు వాళ్ళ తల్లిదండ్రులతో పాటు ప్రయాణించేటప్పుడు ఆటోగ్రాఫ్ తీసుకునేదానికి సిగ్గుపడేవాళ్ళం. అదే అమ్మాయి పక్కల ఈరోజు కూర్చొని మేము ఈ గెస్ట్గా రావడం కూడా నా పూర్వజన్మ సుకృతం. దాన్ని కల్పించిన లోకేష్ గారికి మరొక్కసారి ధన్యవాదాలు తెలియజేసుకుంటున్నా. ఎందుకంటే ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రంలోనే కాదు, భారతదేశంలో క్రీడల్లో ప్రతి ఒక్కరూ రాణించాలని ఆంధ్రాను ముందుకు తీసుకొని పోనే మంచి లక్ష్యంతో పనిచేస్తున్న నాయకుడు ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారంటే చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు. ఎందుకంటే ఈరోజు ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రానికి సంబంధించి ప్రతి ఒక్క సెగ్మెంట్లో మెడల్స్ వస్తున్నాయంటే ఆ రోజు ఆయన వేసిన బీజమే. ఆ రోజు ఆయన స్టార్ట్ చేసిన అకాడమీలు, ఎక్సలెన్సీ సెంటర్లు, స్పోర్ట్స్ స్కూల్స్ ఆ రోజు వేసిన బీజమే ఈరోజు సత్ఫలితాలు ఇస్తున్నాయి. సార్ చేసే ఎంకరేజ్మెంట్ అనేది ఎవరు చేయలేదు. అన్నీ ఆల్ ఇన్ వన్ పెద్దబాల శిక్షట్లో చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు అలాంటి నాయకులు ఆయన. ఎందుకంటే ఈవెన్ మంత్రులుగా మాకు తెలియనిట్టు కూడా సార్ చెప్పగలుగుతారు. ఒక గ్రామీణ స్థాయి నుంచి హైదరాబాద్ లెవెల్ వరకు ఎప్పుడు ఏ ఇయర్లో ఏ ఇన్స్టిట్యూట్ సాధించాను, ఎప్పుడు ఎవరితో కలిసి టెంకాయ కొట్టింది కూడా సార్ చెప్పే శక్తి చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారికి ఉంది. కాబట్టి ఈరోజు ఇలాంటి అకాడమీలు యునైటెడ్ ఆంధ్రప్రదేశ్లో ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్రం విడిపోయిన తర్వాత కూడా ఇక్కడ ఏర్పాటు చేసుకోవడం జరుగుతూ ఉంది. ఇంకో విషయానికి వస్తే ఒక సామెత ఉంది, పులి కడుపున పులే పుడుతుందని. అలాగే ఒక విజనరీ లీడర్ కడుపున అలాంటి నాయకుడే పుడతాడు. ఎందుకంటే మా తల్లిదండ్రులు కూడా ఎమ్మెల్యేలుగా పనిచేశారు. మాకు ఇంతో అంత గర్వం ఉంటుంది. ఏ గర్వం లేని నాయకుడు ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారంటే మేము గత 20 సంవత్సరాలుగా చూస్తాం లోకేష్ గారు. ఎందుకంటే ప్రతి ఒక్క విషయాన్ని పేపర్లో రాసుకుంటారు, మొబైల్లో ఫీడ్ చేసుకుంటారు క్లుప్తంగా. నాకు ట్రాన్స్పోర్ట్ శాఖ ఉంటే కూడా స్పోర్ట్స్ ఇచ్చిన తర్వాత ప్రతి ఒక్క క్యాబినెట్ రోజు ఒక నోట్ ఫైల్ వస్తే దాంట్లో ఎక్కువ స్పోర్ట్స్కి సంబంధించినట్టే సార్ పంపిస్తూ ఉంటారు. అంటే ఎంత స్ఫూర్తిదాయకంగా వాళ్ళు పనిచేస్తారంటే ఎక్కడ ఏ నాయకులు ఇట్లా పనిచేయలేరు. ఎందుకంటే గతంలో చిన్న ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చెప్తాం. భారతదేశం నుంచి ఎప్పుడైనా వేరే కంట్రీస్కి పోయినప్పుడు యూనియన్ మినిస్టర్కి ఒక ప్రివిలేజ్ ఉండేది, రెడ్ కార్పెట్ ఉండేది. దాన్ని కూడా తుడిచిపెట్టి వారం రోజులు ప్రపంచంలో ఏ దేశానికి పోయినా కూడా రెడ్ కార్పెట్ స్వాగతం పలికి ఎంఓయూలు చేసిన నాయకుడు ఎవరైనా ఉన్నారంటే రాష్ట్ర మంత్రిగా లోకేష్ గారు అని తెలియజేసుకుంటూ, అలాగే ఈరోజు ఇక్కడ ఈ అకాడమీని స్థాపించడమే కాదు, ఇలాంటి అకాడమీలు చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారు, లోకేష్ గారి నాయకత్వంలో ఈ రాష్ట్ర వ్యాప్తంగా రావాలి. తప్పకుండా ఈ క్రీడాలోకం నివ్వెరపోయే విధంగా గల్లీ స్థాయి నుంచి ఢిల్లీ స్థాయి వరకు మన ఆంధ్ర రాష్ట్ర కీర్తి పతాకాన్ని ఎగరవేసేదానికి ప్రతి ఒక్కరు కృషి చేస్తారని తెలియజేసుకుంటూ సెలవు తీసుకుంటున్నా. జై హింద్, జై చంద్రబాబు.
Thank you, Ram Prasad Garu. Now it's time for the keynote address to be delivered by the Minister for Human Resource Development, Electronics, Communications, IT and Real-Time Governance. Our Prime Minister, Shri Narendra Modi, is a big fan of acronyms and letters. So I thought we should introduce our speaker, our minister, with a 3-letter acronym, the Triple H. He's the most hardworking, high-flying, and I'm sure you will all agree, certainly the most handsome cabinet minister across the entire, not just the Telugu states, but across the country. I have not seen somebody better fit looking and better looking. Today's Gen Z, I know, I mean, everybody is now talking Gen Z language, right, sir? So, big energy, big vision. Mr. Lokesh, let's have you in the chat.
I'll agree with a lot of things, but I won't agree with the 2 H's he just said. I'm not high-flying. To the most handsome person in Andhra cabinet will go to my Anna Pavananna. So, let's not go there. Honorable Minister of Youth and Sports Affairs, Ram Prasad Reddy Garu, Honorable Member of Legislative Assembly, Velakbud Ramkrishna Babu Garu, and a person who I think I will always, I think hate is a harsh word, but I'll envy, because the great constituency of Gajuwaka gave him the highest majority ever in Andhra history. Gaurav Palla Srinas Garu, Srimati Swati Chalmasetti Garu, the woman behind Anil who stood fast, woman of very few words, but has committed to support this great institution. The movers and shakers of Visakhapatnam who are all here. To all the coaches, distinguished guests, and my dear children, thank you very much for being exceptionally patient. And the reason we are all here, PV Sindhu Garu, who has made every Indian proud when, the Indian flag was flying high and then we had our Indian anthem there. It really made us all very proud. So thank you, Sindhu, for all your support. And also her better half, we should not forget. Dattagar Kampatledu. Thank you for your support. Thank you for believing in this institution. And yes, you have 18 months to complete. So I stand here looking at the young kids who have shown up in the mid-afternoon. One thought comes to my mind when I look at them. The future of India is sitting in front of us. There is raw passion, talent I see in this room. And I believe that this institute will enable you to harness, build on top of it. And we all don't know where life will take you. But one thing I believe that this institution will be a catalyst in that growth. Many years ago, there was a little girl who dreamt of wearing an Indian jersey. Every morning she would wake up before even the city of Hyderabad would wake up. And she was already in the court practicing, then going back to school studying, coming back and again training. There were no cameras like they are there today. There were no headlines. There were no medals. But sheer determination, discipline, sacrifice has made who she is today. And today, the world knows her as an Olympic medalist, a world champion, and one of India's greatest sporting icons. We are proud to call her our very own dear Sindhu. People see the medal, but they don't always see the journey. Behind every champion, there is a mother who waited outside for a girl, a father who believed in her daughter, and a coach who never gave up. Today, I'd like to offer my heartfelt respect to Shri P.V. Ramana Garu, sitting in front of me, and Srimati Vijaya Garu, who's also here. They did not win Olympic medals, but their perseverance, their support has ensured that India has an Olympic champion. And we'd like to thank you from bottom of our heart for doing this great service for our nation. I'd like to salute to every coach who's been part of Sindhu's journey, because champions are not made overnight. It requires a lot of patience, rigor. All of us have our good days, bad days, but our coaches always stand by us. And champions are built with patience, discipline, and faith. I think a few weeks ago, I had an opportunity to meet all the Andhra sportspersons who are going to represent India at various international sporting events. Then Sindhu was kind enough to join us for dinner that evening. And one statement that she made stuck with me. She said, "I'm no longer 19 years old." That really stuck with me. And the reason it stuck with me is that, for her, it's not just about winning medals. It's about how can she institutionalize the journey that she's had, the exposure that she's had, and how can she leave a legacy in Andhra Pradesh that will ensure it's not just about one Sindhu, but generations together will be inspired by the journey that she has come to achieve. And then she can transform Visakhapatnam. And that is why we're all standing here in front of all of you. Friends, today's invitation carries a very beautiful thought. Every champion begins with the first line. Today we are not just laying a foundation stone, we are writing the first chapter in the journey of thousands of future champions. Perhaps the next Olympian champion is sitting right here. No stress, but let's work hard. Perhaps the child does not even know that yet. But our responsibility is to make sure that the child gets the best opportunity that the world can offer. One thing is common amongst the world's great sporting nations. It's that they never wait for champions to be born, but they create an environment where champions are made. Australia has built the Australian Institute of Sport. Qatar has built the world-renowned Aspire Zone. India has created the Inspire Institute of Sport. These institutions have produced athletes who have made the nations proud. Because great nations understand one simple truth. Olympic medals are won by athletes, but Olympic dreams are built by institutions. And I believe PV Sindhu Institution will be one such institution that can inspire and challenge the youth who are sitting here. This academy also began with a dream close to Sindhu's heart. And as she just shared when she met the Honorable Chief Minister and shared her dream, for people who know our Chief Minister, Shri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, he likes to challenge us. He likes to question the status quo. He likes us to think beyond the current thought process. Then he looked at Sindhu and said, why only badminton? Look beyond badminton. Build a center of excellence across sports where a child who has a dream across sports can come here, learn, train, and excel. And that is the manifestation that you see here that's happened. That is the difference between building a facility and building a legacy. Today, this will not just be a badminton academy. It will be a home for badminton, swimming, gymnastics, shooting, weightlifting, basketball, and even football. And every young athlete who walks in with passion and walks out with a purpose, this vision reflects the multi-sports center planned for the campus. For many years, young Indian athletes looked around the world to learn from the great sporting institutions. I look forward to the day when young athletes across India will say, I would like to go get trained at the PV Sindhu Center for Sports Excellence in the great city of Visakhapatnam and great state of Andhra Pradesh. That will be the day that will make me very proud, when Andhra Pradesh will not just produce champions, but it will become a destination for potential champions. I would like to congratulate Sindhu, not only for winning medals for India. I always send her a message, and I must admit that She is a lot prompter than I am in replying to those messages. But I would like to thank her for choosing to giving back to the next generations. It is not easy to build an institution, especially being a sports person and trying to build an institution is not at all easy. As you just appealed, you do need the support of the movers and shakers of Visakhapatnam, and of course the movers and shakers who are on dais. On your behalf, I won't let them sleep. I will ensure that together we will support you and make your dream a reality. And I'd like to appreciate Datta for his commitment to turning this vision into reality. You have 18 months. Rest assured, we will be reaching out to you to get periodic updates on how the project is progressing. For every great step, there will always be people who will say it is not required. But then it requires people who believe that vision, who believe leadership behind that vision. A lot of people, when Cyber City was getting built in Hyderabad, questioned whether computers would feed people. They also questioned the engineering of the building, saying that it's on pillars, it will not survive. It will actually come falling down. But that building became a catalyst for the entire IT revolution in Hyderabad. I believe that this institution will become a catalyst in the sporting ecosystem that we want to build in Andhra Pradesh. I would like to thank my Chief Minister, Sri Nara Chandrababu Naidu Garu, because he's believed in sports not today. Way back in 90s when no one really believed in sports had future. When people questioned why we should give government jobs to performing sports person. He believed in it. He believed that it's important to be fit. It's important to inspire a next generation of youngsters to choose sports as a career. And because we understand his vision, it becomes very easy for me and my Honorable Minister to push a lot of policy matters at the cabinet level. And his encouragement has always been with every athlete and with every generation. And that's what I believe that his leadership provides to the great state of Andhra Pradesh. Not every child will become a doctor. Not every child will become an engineer. Not every child will become a scientist. Let alone a very few will even choose politics as a career. And not every child will be an Olympian. But I believe every child is born with a gift. And the responsibility of every government and a good education system is to enable that child to discover that gift. And that is our commitment from the state of Andhra Pradesh and from government of Andhra Pradesh. As an education minister, I believe the importance of education and sports. Yes, classroom builds knowledge, but sports builds character. A classroom teaches us how to think. Sports teaches us how to fight. And both, I believe, are equally important. That is why in Andhra Pradesh we have taken Saturdays as a no-back day. And we have asked the children which sport they want to pursue. And under the leadership of our Honorable Minister and the Chairman of SAP, we have procured the tools required, the equipment required for that child to harness their interest in a particular sport. You know, it was very interesting. I think it was Sunday, my Honorable Chief Minister asked my son, how many sports did you change so far? You started with chess, you went into swimming, then football. No, where are you? He said, now I'm into cricket. So, children discover. And as an agenda of government, is to enable every child to discover what their passion is. Because some of the life's greatest lessons cannot be learned sitting at a desk. They are definitely learned on a playground. Sports, I believe, does not only produce medal winners. Sports produce better human beings. It teaches us discipline before success, respect before victory, and humility after victory. And definitely courage after a defeat. That is why every child should play a sport. Not because every child will win a medal, but because every child will win confidence. And Sindhu, I really need your support in building out our vision for sports. As you're aware, with Mitali and Shri, we're working on She Plays. How do we encourage women more in sports? I know it's not easy. Your parents believed it because your father was an amazing volleyball player, but not every parent believes in that. So it's important to believe that conducive ecosystem to especially enable girls to really thrive in sports. And it's important that you become a catalyst in inspiring not just one, but multiple generations together, where women can really look at sports as part of their career opportunity. So I look forward to working with you on building out that entire policy and ecosystem. As a state, we are committed to our young athletes who are here. We are here to support. Anytime, anything, our doors are always open to you. The SAP chairman, Ravi Naidu, though has come out of university politics, understands the importance of sports, understands the vision of my chief minister. So we are always there for you. We believe that no child should lose an opportunity because an opportunity was not available to you. So we are here, we stand for you. Go conquer the world, make Andhra Pradesh proud, make Bharat proud. And before I conclude, to the parents who are here, thank you very much for believing in your children. Thank you for giving them an opportunity to pursue sports as a career. Because we see champions after they win, but you see champions as soon as they're born. So your support means a lot. To every coach who's here, thank you for your support. It means a lot for us. You build confidence, you build character, and in many cases, you build a life. Every medal has one name on it, but every medal carries the sacrifice of a family and a dedication of a coach. My dream is very simple. I want Andhra Pradesh to be known not only for producing great students, not just to be known for building or bringing in great industries, but also to be known for producing great sports persons. I want parents to encourage their children to play. I want every school to celebrate sports. I want every daughter to walk onto a playground with confidence. And I want every child to believe, if Sindhu can do it, I can do it. One day, a young child will walk through the gates of this great academy carrying nothing more than hope. Years later, that same child will walk into an Olympic stadium carrying the Tiranga. The world will celebrate the medal. India will celebrate the victory. But we will all together remember where that journey began. It began that created opportunity. And with one academy that refused to think small. I congratulate Sindhu, Datta, Ramna Garu, Vijay Garu, every coach, the wonderful architects, of course, the contractors, to the rowdy batch is quite clear. అయ్యా ఇక్కడ మీరు చప్పట్లు కొట్టి వెళ్ళిపోతాం కాదు, 18 నెలల్లో మీరు కట్టి పూర్తి చేయాలి. ఛాలెంజ్ యాక్సెప్ట్ చేస్తున్నారు కదా. మే 2028 గౌరవ ముఖ్యమంత్రి శ్రీ నారా చంద్రబాబు నాయుడు గారికి ఇక్కడ వచ్చి రిబ్బన్ కటింగ్ చేస్తారు. లేదంటే మీకు కటింగ్ ఉంటుంది చూసుకోండి. On behalf of Government of Andhra Pradesh, I assure you that we'll continue to stand by you with every initiative that you take. Let us train better, compete harder, and make India proud. Because today, we have not just laid foundation to a sports academy, we have laid the foundation for the next generation of Indian champions. The greatest legacy of a champion is not a medal around their neck. It is the dream that they ignite in the heart of every child. And I'd like to congratulate everyone here, and especially Sindhu, for igniting the hearts of every child. You will continue to have our support. You will continue to have, in every way possible, our backing. And I'd like to thank you once again for choosing Visakhapatnam, because Visakhapatnam is the economic capital of Andhra Pradesh. And in front of our eyes, we'll see in the next decade and a half, how Visakhapatnam will lead India in terms of growth. And I'm sure your academy will enable Visakhapatnam to lead even in the sporting ecosystem in the great state of Andhra Pradesh. So thank you very much. Thank you for giving me this wonderful opportunity, and Jai Hind.
Thank you, Minister Garu. Can I have you kindly remain standing? Can we have a round of applause for Minister Garu, please? Yes, for the vision of sporting excellence that he has articulated for the state of Andhra Pradesh. Round of applause, please. All right. Sir, can you please come forward? May you all be seated. So the essence of a good badminton match is a bit of back and forth. So you took away the 2 H's. So I'll give you back 2. 1, sense of humor. 2, history making. And because we are at the throes of making history of sports in Andhra Pradesh, Sindhu has something from the history of sports of India to give you. This is a very special racket that she used on her way to the silver medal in Rio that she wants to present to you. A true piece of Indian sporting history being presented to Shri Nara Lokesh. Kindly, a big round of applause, please. All right. This is also another gift. This is a shuttle that she has used in one of her matches. All right. With that, we conclude proceedings. Can I request Datta Garu, on behalf of Datta Garu, on behalf of PV Sindhu, on behalf of the family, on behalf of the Pavilion Group, may I thank everyone who are present here this history-making day. May we all contribute our best to the building of the PV Sindhu Center for Sporting Excellence. Thank you. Jai Hind. We will be taking commemorative pictures, so kindly be seated. And we will also honor our guests on the dais. And andaru కూర్చున్న వాళ్ళైతే we will take a selfie with everybody. So kindly be seated. Can I have all the dignitaries standing for a commemorative photograph? Yeah, commemorative photograph with all the... Okay. Some of the children can come this side as well. There is enough place here. Thank you, children. Yep. Thank you. That side. This side. Huh?
This side. This side. This side.
Sorry.
This side.
Can I have all the dignitaries on the stage? Thank you, thank you. Yes, all the dignitaries to stand for a commemorative picture before Sindhu takes a selfie with everyone in the audience. Yes, group photos. So as Lokesh sir said, all the movers and shakers to contribute their might to the building of this Center for Sports Excellence. Right. Sindhu, a selfie with everybody. You just turn around. Okay. Okay. Done? Okay. We good? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you to the audience. Thank you to the members of the